So I went to the Sunny Brown website to look more about visual techniques and to learn more about it. And one of the things that she does is called graphic recording. What graphic recording is that Sunny Brown goes to these big lectures, and at the end of the lectures, she goes to a wall and writes a lot of visuals. In a lot of ways, it's like a very loose infographic where there's a lot of pictures, a lot of keywords from the lecture, and a lot of arrows connecting everything. This is a great tool because you learn about the lecture both auditory and visually. You might find connections on the wall that you might have not heard or you might have not even thought about, and it's a more impactful way of remembering the lecture. This is a great tool for us as a business because it can show both customers and investors the value of our product and how it can solve certain problems. It's also a great way to remember our brand and a way to remember our business, and shows how our products or our service can fit well into the industry, in our case, the fitness industry. It is also a very important tool to showcase how our product works as well, and how it can solve multiple problems.
While speaking with words actually really gives detailed messages to the audience, it doesn't necessarily give the true idea that you're trying to convey to a single person. So initially, the best way to do that is to convey something by an actual story. And by conveying something as story, we really mean conveying something through images. The best way to convey something to someone is really through images because as human beings, it's the most innate way to understand something. As humans, we really look at something through the way of our actual vision, and while hearing is more secondary, unless you are blind, for example. In addition, although we can convey something through our actual image, it's really important to make sure that what we are conveying through actual imagery is by actually telling the truth and telling a story. So by telling the truth, that means really when you're working with a client, when you're working with anything and trying to convey something to the actual, end user, it's about conveying something that they will actually use, drive them into the site, drive them to actually have a call to action, is what we really learned here. So by driving them into an actual action, we can overall see a major reaction as, let's say, purchases, we can say user engagement, longer time on the site. All those things come together when we actually end up telling something as a story, using the truth, and also using actual visual imagery like we're doing now rather than just text, because this is more engaging as a modern user.